Hey YouTube family, have a really interesting one for you today. Take a look at this video clip, which is an exchange between a US Senator and a Berkeley Law Professor that I was just absolutely dumbfounded by this exchange. This is supposed to be one of the smartest of the smart people that we have, right? This is the person that educates other people on how to think through, talk through, and land at good conclusions on tough topics, right? That's what this person's job is to educate other people. And I absolutely was blown away by this person and the way they communicate, what they communicate, and how they communicate too, with a level of arrogance about them. So take a look at this, watch this exchange, and then we'll talk after.
You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist
I'm
is
denying that
dangerous.
trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get pregnant.
So you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
What? Okay, there is literally so much to unpack here. I don't even know where to start, but I guess let's start with her level of arrogance first and foremost, which is mind-blowing. You can just feel like the arrogance coming out of her as she's communicating. Again, this being a Berkeley professor, a Berkeley Law Professor, supposed to be the smartest of the smart when it comes to people. And she can't even answer a question. This is one of the tactics, by the way, of people that don't have facts and reason and logic on their side. And you'll notice this is instead of answering a question when you don't have the facts on your side, you instead attack the questioner, right? You get offended that the question's even being asked. People that have answers, good, solid answers, don't get offended at the questions being asked. They're much more likely to answer the questions, to talk through it with you. It's the people that are backed in a corner that don't have good answers that instead of answering the questions, they'll instead turn it on you and say you're a hateful person for even asking the question. To try to also pin it on him that the reason why trans people are committing suicide is because he's asking this question, which is a reasonable question, right? They're talking about abortion. To ask if she's identifying people that can have abortion as people that have a capacity to get pregnant, it's reasonable to say, are you talking specifically and exclusively about women? Right? To which she responded and said, are you saying that men can't get pregnant? The fact that that question was asked with any seriousness and also with a level of arrogance, like she's getting him on this, right? Like she's showing the world how ridiculous he is, blows me away. Talk about a lack of self-awareness in this scenario here. And listen, I disagree with this person greatly, but I would be taking it easier on this person in some ways if it wasn't paired with extreme arrogance. If I disagree with somebody, which I do all the time, but they're willing to have a conversation and talk through things, I have so much more respect for that than somebody who not only is believing nonsense, but also isn't willing to even have a conversation about it. In fact, most of the time when people believe nonsense, they are not willing to have a conversation about it because they don't have the answer. So anyway, I thought this clip was crazy. I thought it was just worth showing you guys that this is the world that we're currently living in, and I have a hard time accepting that or believing it, but here we are, and hopefully reason will ultimately win. And listen, I have no hatred towards anybody. I have no interest in being hateful towards anybody, but come on, we have to be able to ask questions, especially a reasonable question like, are women the only one that can get pregnant? To which the answer, by the way, is yes. Yes, they are the only ones that can get pregnant. I said it. So with all that being said, guys, as always, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? Do you think that I'm off base? Do you think I'm missing it? What do you think of this professor and what she had to say? And anyways, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. And if you like what I'm trying to do, guys, hit the like button as well. We appreciate it. And I will see you next time on The Jonathan Dearman Show. Peace out.